Hi, this is Lucie of Lucie, and I went to the movies again. I keep going because it's almost Oscars, and you want to see things, right? Like I did. And do you get to go see the shorts, the Oscar-nominated shorts? Shorts are little tiny movies. They're only about this long, and they make them all the time, and they put together the best ones in Mr. Oscar's opinion, I guess, and they make a movie out of it. And the movie out of it that I saw was called documentary shorts, which is stories that are real, made by the real people. And so what they did was they put together some of the little tiny movies about real things, and one of them was called Innocent, and that's about a girl who is in California, and she's a girl like in high school, that kind of girl, and she doesn't have a place to live except for sometimes for a little while with her family. But she really likes to make art, and she does the best makeup you've ever seen in your life, and she's really good, and her name is Innocent. And Innocent is in art shows, and she makes colorful things, and you're happy. You say, yay, homeless is still, you can make art if you have a school that helps. And so that was one of the movies for the documentary shorts. And then there was another one, and it was about ladies with girl cancer, and they have to shave their heads. I think it's so that it doesn't get in the way when you get your lady cancer. And so they're sad when they're shaving their heads. So these ladies in a city, they say, come on in one Monday a month and we'll shave your head. And the ladies say, okay, that's nice. And sometimes the men in the ladies' lives are good, and sometimes they're not so good. And the ladies have to decide, are you helping me when I shave my head and I'm sick? And the men might say yes, and maybe there's babies, and maybe there's grown children. You don't know, because sometimes lady cancer is when you're younger, and sometimes lady cancer is when you're older, and you have to get your head shaved, which is hard for these ladies, some of them, but they get pretty hats, and they get wigs, and the ladies at the hair salon say, okay, we're here, hi, we love you, and everybody likes that. So, okay, so that was a documentary short. And then there is one about in New York, you can, if you collect cans and bottles, you can sell them, I guess, to somebody. Maybe it's the city, I don't know. And like there's some people who had good jobs and they lost their jobs, but they had to go do that. And that sometimes they fight over their things, and sometimes people are good about it. But it's called redemption, and I figured it out. It means, you know how when you get your pop on the side, it says you can, the redemptible or something, and that's what it means. You give them your can or your bottle, and you are redeeming it, you're saving it from death maybe, and they pay you for that. So that's a good deed you're doing for the bottle. And so that's a documentary short. And then there's another one about a place where just like old people live, and they talk to them, and there's New Year's Eve parties, and there's some flirting, and they all say, where are my children? And you don't know where the children are, because these people, they moved to Florida, which is real far south from New England, and they're far away from their family, but that's where they're living. And they say, well, I wish I had my family and nobody here is close. But you think about old people when you see the movie, and it's interesting thoughts, and you see new things about people. And that's important from a documentary. And then I think there was another one. Oh, it's about it's about these kids who are also in Africa, and they're sick, and they have a nice looking young doctor man who takes care of them, but they're really sick and they need operations, and they have to go to a whole nother country, and they don't even know where the country is, these kids and their families, but they go there with the doctor man and other people who are nice to them, and they get operated on. And the king of the country where they're going, which is called Sudan, he says, well, okay, fine, do this, but I'm not paying for it. And they say, well, whatever, but we're doing this anyway. And he says, well, rich people should come here. And they say, well, you know, it's not for rich people, it's for poor people, okay? So like they're talking about that, but then the kids are getting their surgery, and you know what? They all get well because they got to go all the way to this other country and have people cut them, nice people cut them for a good reason. And it's a nice thing. And it's the only place, do you know how big Africa is? It's like really big, but it's the only place in Africa that does this. And so it's nice that these kids get to go, and maybe more kids can go. But then what? Because there's others too, you think about that. And so, that might be, I think that's all. Yes, that's all of the documentary shorts that are Oscar nominated. And this is Lucie. Lucie, thank you for watching. Bye.